number two is Emma comes to me and she tells me that she needs therapy. So I've heard from her teacher that Emma says that her mom yells at her for an hour every morning before school. Emma also has demonstrated repeated inappropriate attention-seeking behavior at school. When I have a conversation with Emma's parents and tell them that she said this, the parents deny that their child would have ever said this. So what would be my next steps with her parents? I'd say number one, start to diffuse her parents' defensiveness. Um, Parents, this is a topic that can make parents very defensiveness. It questions their quality as parents. So I need to be able to validate to a certain extent their feelings, make them feel comfortable so that we can diffuse that. We won't be able to move forward kind of until really that happens and be able to understand that we're a team, that it's not the school's or my intention ever to question them or attack them, but clearly that Emma is seeking attention, whether from the things that she's saying, some of the behaviors that she's demonstrating at school, and she is crying for help. And we need to be able to validate her perception of what is going on, whether that is the reality or not of what is happening. But she is perceiving things in a certain way, and that's what we need to be able to address and understand that that cry for help needs to be listened to. Um, you know, be able to ask the parents and be able to have, get more much information about what happens at home. What is their routine in the morning? I mean, Emma was very specific about her mom yelling at her during the morning time. Is there a rush? Is there anything that we can be able to look at that could change that dynamic and maybe make it feel less frustrating or stressed out in that circumstance, and be able to work not only with Emma but with her parents and come up with a plan on how that could improve and maybe make her feel less intimidated about what's happening at home, and find in which ways her parents and she can communicate with each other more effectively. I would also be able to set forward in the plans of being able to observe Emma in different contexts at school, to be able to understand what kind of behaviors exactly that she is demonstrating, in what contexts. Is it certainly at class? Is it also at recess? How are her dynamics with her friends? Is she using, is there a problem really going on at home? Or is she using that as a way to call attention due to other situations that might be going to happen, maybe specifically even at school? I would also schedule weekly sessions with Emma for a period of 6 to 8 weeks, so that we can be able to work a little bit through her emotions, give her some goals and plans of what she can do that could be able to make her feel better in that circumstance, and also address some of the behaviors that are showing up at school. After that period of 6 to 8 weeks, I would be able to schedule a new meeting with her parents to be able to review and reevaluate what's happening. In the meantime, considering that Emma says that she does want therapy, be able to kind of demystify the often negative perception that is associated with therapy. In many families and many cultures, therapy is often not seen. In the most positive way. There's a stigma associated with it. Often, the idea of mental well-being and mental illness is very stigmatized. So be able to work with that and be able to demystify and break that down for them, and so how positive it can be for all of them, especially for Emma. Also be able to facilitate contact with outside counselors, therapists, and be able to work together with that and work together with an outside counselor at some point when they move forward. Also, as my role as a mandated reporter, I need to be able to understand if there is any true, either physical, emotional, verbal abuse happening in the household. So I would, together with her lead advisor and other teachers, to be able to keep a log of any behaviors, conversations held with Emma, to be able to look, because we need to be able to understand again if any abuse is going on, and if we do need to be able to report it to Child Protective Services.